You've heard Suge Knight's explosive claims about Diddy Combs. But now, Usher and Justin Bieber are stepping forward to reveal what really happened when they were just kids in his orbit. According to Knight, who spoke to Michael Frenzy from prison, Diddy once sent a young Justin on private vacations with adult men. Knight even pointed to old Instagram photos showing Bieber completely isolated, calling it the saddest thing he'd ever witnessed. Coming from someone deeply familiar with Diddy's world, those words hit hard. Now, Usher and Bieber are breaking their silence together, shedding light on the shadowy side of early fame. In this deep dive, we'll walk you through the timeline of events, share unseen footage that never made the headlines, and let their own voices guide the narrative, as two of music's biggest stars reflect on how their brightest moments were shaped by something far darker.
World is what they did to Justin Bieber.
What was that?
That's sad.
What they do to him? Because there's a lot of speculation out there, but nobody. I mean, I've heard things, but what did they really do to him
They had sex with him.
when he was a
And
kid?
this is not, I hate to say that. I hate to say that because I really like Justin Bieber. I feel bad for Justin Bieber. And this is when that happened. If Justin Bieber came from a wealthy family. Justin Bieber pretty much came from a poor family, but the young man was so talented, and he could have been bigger than Michael Jackson. But the pressure of the drugs and stuff he allowed these grown men to do to this little boy is unhealthy. It's tough. No grown men supposed to be getting high and doing drugs and drinking with kids. I mean, you had grown men take Justin Bieber. Grown man take Justin Bieber when he was young to a vacation, a romantic vacation, showing pictures on Instagram. No women, nobody else but a grown, successful man and this little kid. And even if you and I was going on vacation together, and because it's wise, mad, or not, it's definitely not going to be near you. It's going to be bad because we're going to have to. Oh, I'm not going to be sitting on a romantic island, just you and me.
Hell
You
no.
know what I mean?
Hell no.
I'd rather take the chance. I'd rather take the chance of my girl saying, hey, you know, you up there having parties and all. You right. She damn sure ain't gonna say this. You and I on the ain't this up. First part about it is everybody said what was done to Usher, and they done to Justin Bieber. And the thing with Usher spent the night, him and Puffy be in the same bed, do an album, and never did one song together at that time. On top of that, when I met Usher, I came on one time, I'm speaking to the guy because he got good songs, that's out of respect. Like a young black man. This dude rolled his eyes at me. And so somebody came over and kept saying, Suge, don't have one of your guys do nothing to him. He's a good young man, but even Puffy got a thing. He gave me a look like, And I thought about it. The way he rolled his eyes at me, it wasn't like somebody homie rolled it. It was like I beat up somebody's man. Like I beat his, like somebody to roll their eyes, like you beat my boyfriend up. I ain't thinking you. Really?
2004, when Confessions was dominating the charts, Usher gave an interview to Rolling Stone where he casually admitted Diddy had opened his eyes to what he described as doors leading to things he didn't understand. He mentioned orgies, private rooms, and experiences no 16-year-old should be exposed to. At the time, it sounded like typical celebrity swagger. But now, those words have become evidence. The same quotes that were once ignored are resurfacing as part of a joint mission between Usher and Justin to show the truth, that what looked like glamour was actually something sinister. Two teen idols, one twisted reality.
He appeared on the televised talent show Star Search when he was 13 years old. Fun fact about that, he actually set the record for the longest note ever held by a child on Star Search, 12 seconds. So what happened? That got the attention of famed producer L.A. Reid. But according to his coaches, reportedly during puberty, when Usher's voice started to change, he kind of had trouble controlling his vocals. Now, L.A. Reid reportedly considered dropping Usher from his label, but when Usher begged him to stay on, Reid sent him to live with Sean Combs in New York for a year to train. And at the time, Combs, who was then known as Puff Daddy, who I believe was in his 20s.
Oh, the ticket was my voice. And I lost it.
This girl is changing my mind, so what? I really don't care. I got a headache, from putting all them high notes.
Hey man, it's just puberty. You're gonna go through it. But when you raise your voice to sing, and you could do it so easily, now it's not there. It's gone. And you don't know if it's gonna come back either. I waited all my life for this opportunity. So I performed before this audience. I think I may have ran about 10 miles. When I got back, my mother, she told me, I know this is hard, but we're gonna fight for it. We're gonna fight through it. I'm gonna make sure that they don't drop you.
He was 13, 14 years old at the time. Combs reportedly had legal guardianship over Usher during that period. Can't confirm that for sure. And since his time with Combs, Usher has worked with several other producers and record labels, and he's become one of the top-selling R&B artists of all time. His awards and nominations are almost too many to count. He's won 8 Grammy Awards, 18 Billboard Music Awards. He's been inducted into the Georgia Music Hall of Fame, star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Rolling Stone magazine recently named the album Confessions Part 2 as the #1 greatest R&B song of the 21st century. The magazine also ranked the song's music video among its 30 sexiest music videos of all time, and VH1 wrote that he was the best dancer in pop since Michael Jackson. And of course, Usher recently performed last year at the Super Bowl halftime show, so he's not just any musical artist, he is a superstar who, you gotta say, his success has been at least partially attributed to his time spent with Sean Combs. The two have been photographed together at different events throughout the year.
The old interview once seemed like a loyal shout-out to a mentor. But in hindsight, it reveals a teenager torn between admiration and confusion. Today, Usher wants the world to know. He was just a kid, too. Too young to choose, too young to consent, and now he's standing shoulder to shoulder with Justin, determined to shine a light on a reality hidden for years under the glitz.
Usher has spoken about this time in his life with Combs. For example, in 2004, Usher told Rolling Stone that Combs introduced him to essentially sex. He said, quote, "Sex is so hot in the industry, man. There was always girls around. You'd open a door and see somebody doing it or several people in a room having an orgy. You never knew what was going to happen. When the Howard Stern Show in 2016, Usher talked about his time with Combs too, saying there was definitely a lot of wild partying, but he doesn't think he was really able to understand what all was going on. And when Howard Stern asked him, would you send your own kids to something like Puffy Flavour Camp, this is what he had to say.
What a life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Usher also spoke with People magazine back in February, saying some of the most valuable lessons I could ever learn as an entrepreneur were picked up when I spent that time in New York with him. This unwavering desire to create and make certain that your creative ideas are executed. I saw him in real time working it out, him building something from nothing, him understanding how culture and collaboration can build careers, being able to see that. That's what I got.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close to the bed. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did.
I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, just let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all.
I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should. Fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like just back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early. Now
Yo, what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the frosted flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid.
We're having a good time.
2016, on the Howard Stern Show, Usher joked about Diddy's infamous gatherings, calling them the Puffy Flavour Camp. He admitted strange things went on behind closed doors. Curious, he said, and he laughed. But today those curious details are being re-examined as warning signs, moments we all dismissed as just showbiz. Now Usher and Justin are treating every old quote like a breadcrumb, every offhand remark a piece of the puzzle. Two teenagers were pushed into a world they never chose. And today, they're holding the
individuals to take drugs and participate in sexual performances known as freak-offs, and to keep quiet about all of this. Now, Combs and his attorneys have denied that he did anything wrong, but thanks to allegations of witness tampering and fear he might flee, two different judges denied him bail. He's being locked up right now in the Metropolitan Detention Center out in Brooklyn. Many people are wondering what he might have seen at a young age when he lived with Combs in the 90s. This is a very common topic of conversation right now. Deep dives into the people surrounding Combs. Justin Bieber, Jennifer Lopez, Usher, so forth. What do they know? Will they be a part of any kind of case? Now, days before Combs was arrested, another of his apparent mentees filed a civil action against him, Dawn Richard. Dawn Richard is a former member of the girl group Danity Kane, and then she joined a trio group with Combs and another singer, Kalina Harper. It was called Diddy Dirty Money. She filed a lawsuit claiming that Combs sexually and verbally abused her for a decade. She also claimed that Combs owes her more than $3 million in unpaid salary and royalties, as well as unpaid wages for touring. And going back to Usher, Richard claims that Usher witnessed Combs' alleged abuse of his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Ventura had filed her own bombshell lawsuit last fall, seemingly kickstarting Combs' significant.
Justin Bieber was only 13 when he entered the music industry. And here's the part that matters. He was signed by Usher to a label co-owned by both Usher and Scooter Braun. Justin wasn't just a young artist. He was Usher's protege. And Usher wasn't just a mentor. He shaped Justin's career. From day one, you can even see that relationship play out in Justin's debut music video, One Time, which I showed you last week. The storyline? A teenage Justin is playing video games when Usher calls, his big bro running late. And while Usher's out, Justin throws a party. Classic teen moment. But now, even that harmless script reads a little differently. Let's take another look at the beginning of that music video.
To New York City. and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year. It was curious. I got a chance to see some things. It was pretty wild.
Usher's past comments on Diddy now going viral.
These are places that a 13-year-old probably should not be.
In the wake of his former mentor's federal house raids.
I met Puffy a long time ago, around, 92.
Flash forward to 2016 on The Howard Stern Show, the singer recalling his wild memories of living with Diddy, who now faces serious legal trouble, including sex trafficking allegations.
We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like? I
seeing
went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. It was pretty wild. There were very curious things taking place,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't necessarily understand.
Yeah, but it had all of the freak-off victims on it. You know, Usher was like, we were just sitting up there. Who's the next victim on the playlist? And he, you won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. No, it was Confessions. They played Usher Confessions. Confess that Lifetime Achievement Award was a fucking hush payment for your fucking asshole and all of the many years of abuse. Cause that wasn't no Lifetime. I'm still mad. People say, "Why you say that about Usher?"
Oh. So
I'm mad that people aren't more mad at Usher. Because somewhere along the way he went from a victim